welcome back. We talked about ser and estar, the verbs and two verbs that mean to be in Spanish. We use ser for Dr. P and estar for HLT, health, location, and temporary. Those are irregular verbs and they don't follow a distinct pattern, so you have to truly memorize those two verbs. But in Spanish, we have verb endings that tell us who's doing the talking and when they are doing the talking. And they're called the present tense verb endings. We have AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. For example, hablar means to speak, comer means to eat, and vivir means to live. These are regular infinitives in the to-do form. They have not been conjugated yet. So an infinitive in Spanish ends in AR, ER, IR. So I'm going to show you how to break those infinitives down to form sentences. The verb is the meat of the Spanish language. It tells you who is doing the action and when they're doing it. So we're going to start with tense number 1, which is present tense. What's going on right now? Like I said, we had AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. Well, for the AR chart, you're going to put AR, yo goes with O because it's first person and it's singular. To goes with as, AS, because it's second person and it's singular. El goes with a, ella goes with a, usted goes with a. Nosotros goes with amos, ellos and ustedes goes on. So repeat after me. O, as, a, amos, on, and on. Remember, yo goes O, to goes as, el goes a, ella goes a, usted goes a, nosotros goes amos, ellos goes on, ustedes goes on. So you have o, as, amos, on, and on. So we have the word hablar, which means to speak, which is in the infinitive form. So we need to say I speak. So you're going to circle this, and you're going to totally knock it out, TKO. And you're left with the stem, ab. So I want you to plug in ab. Able. 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 Now I want you to say I talk. Well, first person is hablo. Yo hablo. Next one, as. Hablas. Tú hablas. Ellas. Él, usted habla. I talk, you talk, he talks, she talks, you talk. Nosotros hablamos. I'm going to plug in the AMOS. And ellos y ustedes hablan. In Spanish, these endings tell me who is doing the action. So do I need the yo? No, I can say hablo español. Because that O tells me I'm speaking, and I'm speaking in the present tense. Hablas, you speak, tells me you are speaking, and that you're doing it right now in present tense. Now for this one, I might have to specify who's doing the speaking. Because habla can mean he speaks, she speaks, Juan speaks, the dog speaks. So I have to clarify. Él habla con ustedes, con y'all. Ella habla con Juan. She speaks to Juan. Usted habla con nosotros. She speaks to us, okay? So I have to specify. Then you have nosotros hablamos, we speak. I can say hablamos en la escuela. We speak in the school. Hablan. I might have to specify. Juan and John hablan en español. Juan and John speak Spanish. Or I would say ellos hablan or ellas hablan to clarify who I'm speaking of, unless it's mentioned in another sentence. So let's move on to our ER present tense. You have O, yo goes with O, tú goes with S, él, usted go with E, nosotros goes with hemos, this would be nosotros, and ellos y ustedes go with en. So we have the verb comer, to eat. It's an infinitive. It's in the to-do form. Now we want to say I eat. Well, I have got to take off the ER, TKO. I'm going to totally knock it out. I'm left with the stem, which is com. So I want you to put com all the way down. Now, I want to say I eat. Well, I is yo, I go across, it goes with O. Yo como, I eat. Tú comes. Él, usted come. Nosotros comemos. And ellos comen. So like we did before, with our verb, we go yo como, tú comes, él come, ella come, usted come, nosotros comemos, ellos comen, ustedes comen. Okay, those are our things, our subject pronouns that go with the verb endings. Then we have IR verbs. IR and ER conjugate exactly the same in the present tense, except for nosotros goes with imos and not with emos. So we have vivir, to live. It is in the infinitive form. I want to break it down through the subject pronouns to show you to say I live, you live. So I'm going to circle the IR. I'm going to TKO it. I'm going to totally knock it out, okay? And we're left with viv, V-I-V. So I want you to plug in VIV, 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 1, 2, 3, VIV, VIV. Remembering this is the singular side, this is the plural side. So now I want to say I live. Yo goes with O, yo vivo. Tú vives. Él, usted vive, nosotros vivimos, and ellos viven. The only one changes for nosotros is vivimos because it's an IR verb, so we say vivimos. So here we go again and say yo vivo, I live. Tú vives, you live. Él vive, he lives. Ella vive, she lives. Usted vive, you live formally. Nosotros vivimos, we live. Ellos viven, they live. Ustedes viven, y'all live. And if it's ellas, it would be viven because it's all girls. So this is why the yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos and ellas, y ustedes go with present tense, o, as, a, amos, an, for AR present tense verb endings. I know if I see hablo, I know I'm speaking. Okay? I don't even need to know what the word is. If I see this word, andas, I underline it twice because it's the verb. I may not know what it means, but let's say I know my verb endings. If I see that AS, I know that you're doing it. You are doing something in the second person. Well, I know it means you go forward. You've heard of andale, andale? You go forward. That's what it means. But if I know my verb endings, I can figure out who's doing the verb and what action they're doing an action and what time you're doing the action. I just need to figure out what action they're doing if I don't know the verb. So then I know this ends in AS. So let's say I want you to go look it up in the dictionary, the 501 verb book. I would go andas. So that is an AR, it must be an AR verb because it ends in AS. So I know that the infinitive, the root of that word would be andar, the infinitive of the word, to go forward. That's why I say verb endings are the most important thing in Spanish. Because if you know your verb endings and you can conjugate, then you can figure out who's doing the action and when they're doing it. You just have to figure out what action they're doing, okay? So I hope that explains the video to you and conjugations. Have a great day.